Howdy y'all, Jack here. This last weekend we had the first video call for my new project with Animo. This kind of community engineering, talking about what we can do better in our lives and in our cultures and our communities. If you haven't heard, if this is the first you're hearing about that, I'll put a link somewhere up that'll grab you to my website, or maybe in the notes, something. There will be a link to my website where you can get on the email list and join in these conversations. They're going to be every other week. And I'm going to be doing some videos and whatnot in between just to keep you guys entertained and interested. But this week we talked about education, and we, went over some of the kind of, I think, often talked about but very important things that people commonly critique our modern educational system for being too many students to a teacher, for having good personal relationships, being more teacher-led than student-led, which leads to various problems of non-engagement and whatnot for students. But I think the at least somewhat new, if not, I'm sure someone's talked about something like this, but the framework that we came up with for balancing between teacher-led, because there's definitely benefits to having a teacher guide you through things, and student-led, because there's definitely benefits to children and teens and adults being passionate in what they're learning. The framework we came up with is building a trellis and letting them climb it. So essentially having a few core things that people are strongly encouraged to learn because they're kind of essentials to operating in the world or operating as a human. And the ones we decided on were reading and writing, because you need to be able to intake and output data in that linear format and think like the people around you. And then arithmetic and logic, kind of basic number literacy, and then more complicated idea processing, right? Logic is at core a system of determining things that are most likely to be true given a set of variables or a set of givens, a set of presumptions. So those four on kind of the data processing thing. Gus was talking about keeping a balance between the teachings of Mr. Rogers and the teachings of Socrates, which I think was a great way of describing this, but Socrates being the more advanced, introspective, how you develop yourself by entertaining ideas, cross-examining your own ideas, developing yourself as a person, and then Mr. Rogers as kind of this essential compassion and kindness and presence and ability to exist without internal strife, because you do enough internal cross-examination and you can run into problematic situations. We also talked about community service, and Vanessa brought up how important it is to keep engaged in things outside the classroom, which we definitely agreed with. And I think, having expression for knowledge, having the ability to take what you've learned and do something with it is really important. And we talked about motivating both community service and motivating education and learning and all of that kind of stuff, and the reasons we get motivated and why we're interested to learn and why we're interested in doing things for other people and all sorts of interesting stuff. I definitely recommend you watch the video. I will also put a link up to the full hour-long talk. Gus didn't have a webcam, so it's just me and Vanessa's lovely faces that you'll see, but you'll hear Gus's wisdom from a blank half of the screen, and hopefully he'll have a webcam before too long. So there's another email coming out this weekend, and then the call will be a week after that. We're going to be talking about elderhood and how we can better relate to elders, better support elders, have elders better support us, and prepare for elderhood. If you're out there closer to elderhood than I am, which isn't terribly hard as an early 20s person, me, we would definitely love you on the call, and just let me know either, yeah, the easiest way to get a hold of me is, or get on the call is join in with the email list, and I promise I won't send you too much nonsense, mostly just stuff about the call, at least for now. Yeah, so I hope to see you in a couple of weeks, and I'll keep posting videos as they come up. All right, bye.